those things. And so it'd be interesting to see what they do with that. If it's,
well, I mean,
I would not think. Yeah, I would not think. Yeah,
it's a historic site.
it's a historic site. Yes. Yeah, even though it was a temple, it won't be a.
Historic site stuff.
Right. Yeah. Now we have, which will be. I mean, it'll be amazing to visit after the church.
Here, there was one woman. There was one young woman.
The young woman to president. Uh-huh.
Talked about keys, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a nice talk.
Yeah. That's such great messages. That's what that'll be fun over summer to go through those and talk, just to dive into them and down.
Go through some of those again. We're taking in so much, and my brain's like, nope, I'm wandering off now.
Yeah.
I found it interesting that President Nelson say, if you want a roadmap on how to survive the next few years, read the Kirtland book. Read the Declaratory Prayer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to study.
Very direct invitation.
Yeah, it was.
Study this chapter. Not the first time he's done that. He also did that in 2019, with the Relief Society about women in the priesthood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he gave like 2 or 3 different DNC chapters to DNC sections to look up.
Yep. Yep. Good stuff. Anybody online want to make a conference observation before we move on?
I don't know who spoke, but I loved the one of when he was in jail and he was explaining on his mission and his experience of that challenge, and the miracles being continually occurring. It was right before Stephen R. Barter, but I don't remember who it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. I remember the talk. That's why I can think of who it was.
But just the miracles of just angels and just it being just that, and also Anderson's talk speaking about angels. It was just very, very celestial. I just felt like a lot of these talks had now elevated a bit more after being called to think celestial, and then moving up to like, okay, now we're talking to a holier people, and we're expecting you to be a holier people at this point to understand these things, which I thought was pretty awesome. I thought that was pretty like honoring. It was just like really humbling for me to think like, wow, you think we can handle this? This is pretty cool. Like, so to me, it felt really, really sobering, but then also just like in awe of that if the people are working to be a more righteous people, then you can have more celestial conversations, which is just amazing.
Yes, I love that. So true. Well, and this doesn't show on this word thing, obviously, just because of it wasn't that high account. But how many speak reference think celestial? And there's a number of that reference that, so that tied that into something we just got to do today. We got to be thinking celestial. Love it. Good. Thank you for that, man. Good. Anyone else? We could go on and on and on with if we had the talks in front of us. And yeah, so very good. All right, so we're moving on. How about 17 to 22? You know, how 17 to 22, this is this Mosiah. After all this said, to get the most important duty. How would you fill that in? After all that has been said, the greatest and most important duty is to, what did you say? Well, I think we could definitely say it. He said a little different. Anyone know the exact phrase? But it does have to do with gathering Israel. It is to preach the gospel.
Why is it so much more simpler than us?
He was a farm boy. Right.
Even talking back to them, they talked more eloquently, or they wrote more eloquently than we do now.
I do love this this was from April 22. That's just a couple years ago, right? Elder or President here. That go ahead.
His gospel is the only answer when many in the world are stunned with fear. This underscores the urgent need for us to follow the Lord's instruction to his disciples to go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. We have the sacred responsibility to share the power and peace of Jesus Christ with all who will listen and will let God prevail in their lives. Every person who has made covenants with God has promised to care about others and serve those in need. We can demonstrate faith in God and always be ready to respond to those who ask about the hope that is in us. Each of us has a gathering with Israel.
Very good. Anything in there kind of stand out to you?
Sacred responsibility.
Why?
To share the power and peace of Jesus Christ.
Because when they start talking about missionary work, I imagine I'm not the only one who has to struggle to not close off to that. Because I just draw a blank and I don't really want to talk about it. I just want